Hi guys, my name is Sari and this here is Marlon, who is keeping me company today. He saw the opportunity to come to sit on my lap when he knows that I'm sitting here and filming an episode, so I'm not gonna go anywhere. So he's here, and don't mind if there's a lot of hair floating around on this film. The spring is coming and Marlon is losing his winter fur, so there's quite a lot of loose hair floating, like I said. You are watching my YouTube channel and my knitting podcast videos. This is the third episode of the second season of Sari Knits, and I don't even know where to start. There are so many things have happened during the past month. It's been a while since I last filmed an episode, so I don't know what where to start. If you have been watching my YouTube channel previously, you probably already know this. I started a new job in the beginning of January. I went from being furniture conservator for a museum to a full-time knitwear designer for a Finnish young company called Novita, and that has kept me really busy lately, getting to know everything about the new job and finding my place there, and like just getting used to the new life I have. And also I have quite many of my own projects that I have promised to do before the new job, so there's a lot of things that I do even with my own name. So that's what's happening in my life. I've really enjoyed the new job. I don't know what I was expecting. Of course, when you are changing a job and taking a new job opportunity, you're hoping that it's gonna be a great one, and the team that you get to work with is gonna be a great one, and you will fit in nicely. But seriously, it's been so much better than I was expecting. I've been so inspired, and I've learned already during this last month and a half. I've learned so much more about yarn and the yarn business, and also about designing that than what I've learned. I don't know in how long time combined, but it's been super good, and the team at Novita is really nice. I think I fit really nicely in, and I've made some great friends over there, and I'm really excited about we're starting to make the new autumn collection, so I'm really excited about that. I have some really great ideas. And also I think Novita has a lot of free patterns. They publish kind of like bookazines, like small book magazine type of thing, 4 times a year. So there's a spring, summer, autumn and winter edition of the bookazine, and every time a new bookazine comes out, the patterns from the previous issue become freely available for anybody to use on the Novita Knits website. So I think that's also such a great opportunity for people to get to know my work better, and I think it's super nice that we kind of make the patterns available for larger audience, because you don't have to think about how much the patterns cost, because they are all there for free if you just can wait for a little while until the next issue comes out, and then you can use all the patterns for free. So I'm really excited about getting my work available for larger audience as well. I'll show you one thing that I've been working at Novita's. It's this chunky hat. This is a new yarn base that Novita is coming with for next fall. This is called Hygge wool, and it's super chunky. It comes in 5 colors. So this is it's called Peony, and it's a really nice, like kind of cold pink color. And as you can see, it's really chunky yarn. I knitted this in just a couple of hours. I used 8mm needles for the ribbing, and 10mm needles for the cable part. And the yarn is 100% wool, and such a fun little project. It looks like this. So this is one of the first things I've been working with at Novita. I've also designed Moomin Troll softie that the pattern is coming out in the summertime, and a really nice long cardigan that is also coming out next fall. Other things that I've gotten to do at Novita, I got a chance to visit the Novita factory in Koria. It's about a couple of 100 kilometers away from the capital city of Finland, called Helsinki. So most of the yarns that Novita sell are made in Finland. That's something that I didn't know. I knew some parts of the yarn are made in Finland, but I wasn't like aware of the extent of the process. So they have their own spinning mill in Koria, where they spin the yarn and dye it. But they also make these like self-striping yarns and speckled yarns, and they are made in England because we don't have that kind of machinery in Finland. But I got to see the factory, the spinning mill, and how they make the yarn. They come as wool tops, and then they start spinning it like first 1 ply, and then start multiplying the plies, so 2 plies, 3 plies, and so on until the yarn is of the thickness that they want, and then putting the labels on and packing them and sending them away to wherever they are going. So that was really interesting to see how that all works. Another thing that I've been doing at Novita, I just came home the day before yesterday from England. I was in Birmingham for the CHSI International show, so Craft Hobby Stitches International Birmingham craft show. It was a B2B show, so that was my first time attending a fair such as that. I've only gone to like B2C shows or fairs before this, so it was also a really nice opportunity to see and meet other British yarn suppliers, such as the people from Rowan. They were really nice, and also West Yorkshire Spinners, and Peter Longbottom, who is the manager of West Yorkshire Spinners. He was such a lovely, amazing person. He's like this walking encyclopedia of wool. he's like, if you're like really into wine, you kind of like know when you're drinking wine, you know if the summer was good or bad. Almost like if it was sunny today, the grapes were picked. And Peter is the kind of person, like, he just touches the fleece and he can almost like say what the sheep ate today that they were sheared. So it was so interesting to learn so many things about yarn, so many things about different sheep breeds, and how they spin the yarn, how they dye the yarn, how they come up with new yarn. So I've been like trying to soak in all the information I can get from that. What else? Well, maybe I could start showing you what I've been working on lately. There are a couple of things that I can't show you. I have some new secret projects, some new designs coming out that I'm not allowed to talk about at this point, but as per usual, as soon as I'm allowed to show you and share with you what I've been working on, I will tell you. But I'll show you all the things that I can show you at the moment, and yeah, let's start with the vein pullover. I have now finished the front and the back, and as you can see, I've started working the neckline, the neckband. So I worked it in the round until the armholes, and then I separated for the armholes and knitted the front and back separately, flat, and that it will have this slightly dropped shoulder construction. This is still unblocked, so it will stretch out a bit afterwards. And here's the neckline. So it has this cable pattern and moss stitch here at the front and also on the sides. And the yarn I've been using for this was from Studio Meez, this one, and it's a DK weight superwash 100% merino, and you can see the color name is called Sari. This was a custom dye job, especially made for me, and it has these really minimalistic speckles with like really dark blue and dark gray, and that makes this look almost as if it's tweed, even though it's not. And I really like the effect of the speckles on this pullover. So that's what I've been making lately. I still have a couple of skeins of it, so that's enough for the sleeves. Another thing that I've been knitting, this is my mindless project at the moment. It's a sweater as well, with a top-down sweater with a raglan construction. So I've separated for the underarm here, and I'm just working on the body at the moment. And there is this 2-color brioche ribbing here at the top and the neckline, and it will have the same kind of 2-color brioche on the sleeves as well as the bottom hem. And the yarn I'm using for this is from Cosmic Strings Yarns. Can you see? And it's merino single, and so it's superwash, 100% superwash merino, and the colorway is called Grit. And the second color that I'm using here on the neckline, it's called Dusty, and that's why I'm calling the pullover Sora at the moment. Sora means like gravel, maybe gravel, yeah, in Finnish. So both of the yarn names, like Dusty and Grit, they're like these like highway road dusty colors, the names. So that's why I decided on the name Sora for this pullover. Last autumn, Koti from Nomad Noos was in contact with me and asked me if I wanted to try out their yarns and share them on my social media accounts. But I ended up offering to design something for them because this is a project that I really want to be a part of. Nomad Noos is a crowdfunding Kickstarter kind of campaign, and they have only now started to produce the yarn. The yarn is now available in one yarn shop in Switzerland at the moment, but they are in the process of making the company bigger all the time. And they are a company that produces yarn from camels and yaks in Mongolia. So they are striving to be really ethical company. They try to empower women and the herders in Mongolia with respect to their rangelands and to the animal welfare over there. So they are producing camel yarn and yak yarn from Mongolia, and then they are taking the yarn to Nepal, where they have women spinners who spin the yarn by hand and dye the yarn by hand. And during the whole process of the spinning and dyeing of the yarn, and also growing the yaks and camels that produce the fleece for the yarn, they are trying to take care of the water so that they will recycle the water and use it as little as possible, and take care of the nature and educate the women working for the company. And this is a project that I really want to be part of. I think I'm in the lucky position that I can choose what companies I want to support with my design work, and by buying yarn. And also every time I understand my position, because I have quite a lot of followers on Instagram and many people watch my YouTube episodes as well. So I really try to be very mindful about which companies I represent and where I buy the yarn from, and who makes the yarn. And that's why also the Novita factory was really an eye-opening for me, that the yarn is made in Finland, and that's really important to me. So I know the working conditions of the people who work for the company, as well as for Nomad Noos, that they are doing very important work in Nepal, empowering women, educating them, giving them the freedom to earn their own money and decide their own future. So this is really something that I want to be a part of. So that's why I'm talking so much about the company here. This is the design that I've been making. So it's gonna be a long scarf, and it has this slip stitch, kind of like ribbing. So it's got a stitch with slipped stitches on both sides, so it's reversible. And then there are these kind of irregular bubbles over here on the other side, and I'm gonna do a couple of more rows of the bubbles, and then I'm gonna switch it so that it's gonna be on the other side. So it's gonna be here on this side, so the the whole scarf is reversible. It's really important for me that both sides of the scarf look good, because when you're wearing a sweater, you put it on in the morning and take it off in the evening, and it just doesn't like suddenly flip and change the side of it. So it's gonna stay on the same way you put it on. But for a scarf, you can't really control how it is. So if it's hanging on you, it might turn, and if the wrong side is ugly, I think it ruins the whole look of the scarf. So I really enjoy like the Mackenzie brioche scarf that I designed, that both sides look equally good. So that's why I'm making this garter slip stitch ribbing pattern, because it's similar on whichever side you look at it, and the bubbles are gonna be alternating the side. So at times they are on this side and at times they are on this side. So this will look good whichever way it is on you. And just show you the yarn. So this is Dry Desert Camel yarn. This is a Sweet Caramel Sundae, the colorway called. Just turn this label around so you can see it. So this is Nomad Noos and Dry Desert Camel. And what I like about the yarn, they have attached these little stickers. This is the lady who has spun the yarn. So this is her photo. So they are putting the photo of the person who spun the yarn on each and every one of the skeins. And also over here you can see her name is Lakshmi. So Lakshmi spun all the skeins that I got. And I think this makes the whole process more transparent and gives the person who has actually done the job a credit for the jobs, so that they aren't just like some anonymous women in Nepal who spin the yarn, but they exist. This is her photo and her name is Lakshmi. So this is absolutely lovely, super soft yarn, and I'm really excited to be working with this. That's what I've been working mostly on during the last few weeks, and the secret projects that I can't show you. You might remember this scarf. This is the quantum scarf that I started knitting in December. I've been working on this, or I haven't been working on this for a while, but I was working on this during December and beginning of January, but I'm still not happy with it. Like I've told you, I ripped this back a couple of times and started over again, but it's not turning out the way I want, so I put it on hold to think what I want to do with it, and kind of come to the conclusion that I will rip it back one more time and use these yarns for something else. When I picked the yarns up, one of the skeins looked like this kind of pale pink. It's this one, and the other one was mainly like darker colors. I think the most prominent color was dark blue, so I was imagining a scarf with light pink and dark blue. But when I wound up the skeins for the cakes, this is brown and this is beige, so all the colors kind of disappeared, and when they were knitted together the colors disappeared even more, so there's like no more contrast. So this is supposed to be two color ribbing, and I'm reversing the main color. So here's the lighter yarn is the main color, and over here at the other triangles it's the darker one, but there isn't that much contrast. I kind of like the colors, but for the design idea that I had in my mind, I had this like kind of high contrast graphic triangular shape pattern in my mind, and this is not what I was thinking about. So I contacted Madeleine from Yama Fiber Art, and we discussed about the design, and she dyed these yarns for me. And this is more like the idea that I had in my mind in the beginning. So the light pink and dark blue. So these are from Yama Fiber Art from South Africa, and these are merino linen singles. So it's 90% South African merino and 10% linen. And this colorway is called Ferrocin, and this is Champagne Blush. So they look like these really beautiful colors. So I'm gonna start reworking the whole scarf idea with these colors from Yama Fiber Art, and I'm really excited about that pattern again. It's been kind of, I love the pattern idea I have, and I can see it's working out just the way I want, but I'm just not feeling these colors, so that has made me so sad. But I think you really have to just like trust your instinct, that if you feel that it's not gonna be great, I think you have to trust that instinct. Usually it happens that it doesn't change, so when you're finished with it, you still feel that it's not kind of what you wanted, and you have wasted a lot of time working on something that isn't really what you had in mind. Then again, there might be times when you first have a really good idea, and when you start working on it, you like, how do you say it? Losing my words. For me, the Willa cardigan, I had this really great idea in my mind, and when I started to work on it, I thought that it's gonna be the most boring design ever. I think I was somewhere around here, and I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna just rip back the whole thing because this is so boring. And then I had the idea of kind of like volume sleeves, like these kind of baggy sleeves, and when I started to make them, I was like starting to think again that, okay, this is going to be horrible, and I don't know what I was thinking about when I decided to make the volume sleeves, and the whole thing. Thought about ripping it back so many times, but I don't know why. Maybe it was kind of like intuition that I still kept working on with the design, and I must say it became one of my favorite designs ever. So it was such a great thing that I didn't rip it back, and I went with my first instinct and just kept going. So this is the Willa cardigan. Can you see it? It's too light over here. So it's this kind of oversized cabled cardigan with V-neck and these oversized volume sleeves. It has quite long slim cuffs and also raglan construction, and it has this cable and bubble pattern on the front and also on the sleeves, and this is how it looks from the back. But my favorite thing about this cardigan is the neckband and the bottom band. Usually I don't like knitting cardigans because I never really find a good way to do the button band. The buttonholes are always too loose, so even though the buttons are the right size at first, I think they always loosen, and then they don't stay closed. The buttons just keep slipping through the buttonholes, and the whole button band always flares, and it just doesn't look good. I don't like the way the bind of edge looks like, and just kind of like compared to store-bought garments, the hand-knitted button bands are always kind of blah, in my opinion. So what I did for this one is a button band that is folded double, so it's double the thickness, and there are the buttonholes over here. So what I did, just open a couple of buttonholes, or just all of them, I'll show you. So this is how they look like, and so I picked out the stitches from the side of the cardigan and continued until here. I put on stitches for hold and then used the provisional cast on to cast on new stitches for the other side of the buttonhole, then continued until the halfway point, purled one row so that it's easier to fold, and then continued on the other side again, put stitches on hold, used provisional cast on to cast on new stitches, and continued until the end. Then I folded the button band double and neatly seamed it together here on the inside, and then I just took the first stitches on hold and the last provisional cast on stitches back on needles and grafted them together, and did the same for the other side of the buttonhole, so they are really nice and tight, and the button band is really it looks even though I say it myself, it looks really good, and I've been so happy about that. That's my favorite part of this design, and it's definitely a construction that I will use again for some other design in the future. The yarn I used for this one, oh no, it's not this one, sorry, here, is from Raincloud and Sage, and this is the Homestead yarn, so it's 100% merino, it's aran weight, and such a really nice rustic yarn. The test knitting for the Willa cardigan is starting any day now. The pattern is at a tech editor at the moment, so as soon as I get the pattern back from the tech editor, I will start the test knitting. There's already a preliminary test knitting call in my Ravelry group. There's still room for sizes XL and 2XL, so if you are interested in test knitting the Willa cardigan in the largest sizes, head over to my Ravelry group and you can find the pattern over there. Another pattern that I just got back from the tech editor, and I'm posting the call for test knitters this weekend, is this one. This is the Voyager cardigan and the Voyager pullover with the funnel neck and high-low hem, or the back hem is longer than the front hem. So this is something that is gonna be available for test knitting in just a few days. So if you are interested in test knitting this one for me, then go to my Ravelry group. I'll post the link to the group here below the video. The Gotham pullover that I'm wearing at the moment, I've released the pattern. It's available in my Ravelry store. This has been my go-to pullover this winter. I think it's super nice. It's kind of relaxed and chic at the same time. It's like this classy pullover with a dropped shoulder and all over cable pattern. and I've been using this with slim black jeans and black leather shoes quite a lot at the office, so it's one of my favorite things to wear at the moment. Here at the end of the video I'll just quickly show you a couple of new yarns that I have, and before that, these two patterns are now available also on my Ravelry store. It's the 2x1 ribbed hat and the 6x3 ribbed hat. So they are both my top-down hats that I knitted last summer, but only now had the time to release the patterns. This 2x1 hat has this flat top and the increase is on only two sides. And the other one, the 6x3 hat, is a slimmer fit, and it has this wider ribbing, and you can wear it whichever way you want. So you can reverse the hat so that you have the slimmer cables at the top and the wider ribbing at the bottom. Also, this one is reversible if you want to do that, so then it looks like this. But this, you can find both of them in my Ravelry group. I'll add the information or the links to my, not my Ravelry group, my Ravelry store. I'll add the links below the video so you can find them. These have been, I've been using them a lot, especially the 2x1 hat. So it's such a nice, I absolutely love the increases, how they look here on the sides. And the yarn I've used for this one is from a Finnish dyer called Käsäkerho Pom Pom, and the colorway is called Jäkälä. This is their Merino single, and this one is Aria, colorway Aria, Madeleine Tosh Merino light. And I bought this amazingly gorgeous yarn from Retrosarja Rosa Pomar. This is the Vovo. And I just ordered Isager silk mohair in the kind of same burgundy purplish color, so I'm gonna make a sweater using these ones. Slightly different than what I usually use, but this is absolutely gorgeous color. And this is sport weight, and it's 100% wool. Oh, there you can see the details of the yarn. So that's something that I'm using. And then I got these two skeins of stone wool. This is the aran weight. This is the, I think this was the Koria. So it's aran weight, and got two colors to swatch with. So I'm really excited about these yarns. They are like super thick and really bouncy and stretchy and such a lovely yarn. Like this over my finger. That's everything I have for today. There was so many other things that I was gonna tell you, but I think we are running out of time. I'm not sure how long you can sit and listen to what I'm talking about, but I'll try to film the next episode little earlier than or it has taken me way too long to film episodes nowadays, so I'll try to get my act together and film them a bit more often. And the days are getting lighter now, so I get more daylight and it's easier for me to film, so I have like a longer period of time during the day when I can film, rather than during the darkest months. There was like from 11 to maybe 1 that I had enough daylight if it was sunny outside, but if it was really dark, a really dark day, then there was no way I could film anything during the day. So trying to film something more often for you to see, so I can also keep the episodes a little bit shorter. But that's everything, and I hope you have enjoyed the video, and if you like my videos, remember to subscribe to my channel so you get to see all the new videos as soon as they become available. But that's for it today, and see you soon. Bye!